Well, folks, if you've been following us for a while, you know we got a whole lot of history on our farm, as you can tell from our sign up there. This cotton gin right here ginned its last crop in 1995. Well, this year for our annual Epic Farm Christmas display, after 30 years of dormancy, we're going to bring this cotton gin back to life. Well, guys, I think this is, if I recall, I think this is going to be our fifth annual Epic Farm Christmas display. And normally where we've done it is right out here in front of the pond. We got a nice big area that we set up equipment. Let's see, we've done the combine the first year. We've done our old basket style picker the second year. The third year we did that Borgo air seeder that we were using. And then last year we did the chicken litter spreader, and it was all set up right there. And then we run the power from our gin down there. Well, there's a very good chance that this might be the last year of us setting up a Christmas display right here on this location. We might have something pretty big coming to the farm starting next year. Details are still being worked out and stuff, and it's still kind of a long shot, not a definite done deal. But if this is going to be the last year that we're going to do it here at this location, I've had my mind for a while now. I want to decorate our old cotton gin building to make it look like that it was ginning cotton. Like I said, we ginned our last crop in 1995, and for decades, this cotton gin was our primary industry. Yeah, we did some row crop farming and some cattle farming on the side, but our main industry, our main source of income was the cotton gin. Well, the last one to run this cotton gin was my grandfather, Wayne Griggs, and along about 1995, the cotton industry was changing. This cotton gin was set up to gin cotton trailers. It was not set up to gin modules. It was a small gin. Labor was really hard to find, and in order for it to remain running, it would have required a substantial investment in infrastructure to be able to meet the demands of the changing cotton industry. And my granddad was getting on up there in age. His health was starting to decline. My dad was focused on the row crop side of growing cotton and really didn't want the hassle of messing with the gin. Plus, I mean, cotton gin is not an extremely profitable business, especially considering the amount of investment this gin was going to take to remain in business going forward. So after the 1995 season, my grandfather decided to close down the cotton gin. So anyway, this year we're not only going to try to bring it back to life as it was in 1995, we're going to actually try to demonstrate what it looked like when it was ginning, say, 75, 80 years ago or so. And in order to do that, we are going to utilize this little green trailer right here. Now, this trailer isn't mine, even though we have a similar looking one to that, but that other one is currently storing our feed for our cattle up in the barns. But this green trailer actually looks like what people used to haul their cotton up here long time ago. We're talking about like the 30s, the 40s and stuff, before we started getting into larger trailers, your 24-foot trailers, your 32-foot trailers, your 40-foot cotton trailers. And we debated on using the more modern trailers, but we really wanted to go back in history with this. And I knew my neighbor had this trailer right here, and asked him if we could borrow it to use for decorations. He said he would be more than happy to let us use it. And the funny thing is, this trailer right here, it actually hauled a bunch of cotton up to this gin way back when, before the larger trailers came out. What he told me is that this little trailer here, they had some different sideboards that could go on it, and they could actually fit about a bale of loose cotton in this trailer. So that's just another little thing, a piece of history where I'm super excited to be able to bring back to life this Christmas season. Also, this tractor here is I believe it's a 1956 model Ford 841 Power Master. And back when this gen was running, this is one of the tractors, we had two of them, that actually pulled the cotton trailers from our trailer shed down there up here to the gen to be gen. So, I mean, we're really getting authentic this year. And this is most likely, I don't know for a fact because this was way before my time, but this is most likely not the first time that this little Ford tractor has actually been hooked to this green trailer pulling cotton up here to the gen to gen. So anyway, how the cotton gen used to work. Over here on our office, you can see we've got an old wooden scale, and actually this scale right here is still functional. Now it needs calibrating and everything, but if I were to go there inside the office and adjust the balance and everything, it would actually register weight. This thing still actually works. But anyway, when cotton was being picked, the farmers would bring their cotton either in trailers like that, or later on the more modern style trailers, they would bring them here and pull them onto the scale. We would weigh the trailers and we would know, you know, what the net weight of it was. And then once the cotton had been ginned and the actual ginned cotton bales were brought out the side of the door, there was another scale there, and then they could turn out the percentage of length, the percentage of seed. The seed that was ginned from the cotton was blown from the cotton gin here over here to our seed house. And how cotton gins actually made their money is cotton gins don't charge the farmer anything for ginning the cotton, but in return for ginning the cotton gin gets to keep the cotton seed and sell the cotton seed for its profit, and then the farmer gets the actual lint from the cotton and then gets to sell the lint. But anyway, during harvest, farmers would bring their cotton trailers full of cotton here. After weighing, they would take them down here to the trailer shed. We would store them under there, and then the cotton gin was operating every single day, and those trailers would be ginned in the order that they were brought. That little Ford tractor plus another one that we had would bring the cotton trailers from the trailer shed up back behind the gin and then loop around about where this 4440 is, and then we'll bring them up here under this overhang. We would usually have two trailers up here. One would be sitting right here where this old wooden trailer is, be waiting to be ginned, and then the one that was actually being ginned would be positioned where this green trailer is. And then there would be a suction pipe coming down with a person in the trailer moving the suction pipe around and sucking all the cotton out of the trailer, and then it would go into the gin. And then we don't hardly have any equipment left from the gin here. You can see some of those suction pipes along with pigeons still up there, but the single cotton gin stand, because this was a small gin, the cotton gin stand was set right here. We had the heaters and the cleaners and everything back over here in this area. And then sitting right over here in this area, we had the press that would press the lint into the raw cotton bales. Over here in this corner would be a scale. So our plan is we're really not going to do anything, decorating the inside, because I mean, there's no equipment. Plus, I mean, from the road, people couldn't see the inside. But our plan is to outline as much as we can this old gin building. At least on the front side, we're going to decorate the post. We're going to outline the windows. We're going to outline the doorways. And then, of course, we're going to really dress up the trailer and the tractor. I'm going to take these straw bales out, probably put a couple of chemical totes up in here, run a tarp over the totes, and then use bright white LED lights over the tarps to kind of simulate cotton being in the trailer. Then, of course, I mean, we're going to decorate the heck out of this tractor. And then what Kelly wanted to do was she wanted to simulate, an actual cotton bale that, had already been ginned and was ready for market. And we're going to use this chemical tote here on this trailer to kind of simulate that, kind of dress it up as lights to make it look kind of like a cotton bale did back in the time when we were ginning. Nowadays, cotton bales are in smaller, compact bales. They still weigh the same, but they're in smaller, compact size, and they're pretty much stored in a clear plastic bag. Well, when this cotton gin was being run, they were wrapped differently. They had a kind of a yellow nylon type material that was over the majority of the bale and had wire ties around it, and that's what we're going to try and simulate that bale being. So anyway, guys, today is Thanksgiving. I want to wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving, even though this is going to be coming out a little bit later than Thanksgiving. We got the turkey in the oven cooking, and we're going to try and get a few hours in this afternoon, go ahead and get started on this project, and then hopefully get it done tomorrow. So first order of business, I need to go get all of our lights that we've collected over the 4 years of doing this, get them sorted out, and then we'll start stringing some lights and bringing this old gin back to life. Well, guys, we about done for the day. We made a pretty dang good start. We got everything set up, and then I got the hardest lights run all along the roof line. And you wouldn't think that that's hard, but I'm freaking terrified of heights. And get up there on the top part of that up there. That was the first. And I'm not going to say it's going to be the last, because I got to take the lights down. But after I take the lights down, it's going to be the last time I'm going to be up there. I'm not too fond of heights, so. Anyway, Kelly tells me the turkey's about done. I'm anxious to get up to the house, get a full belly of turkey and dressing. Then we'll be back out here tomorrow, hopefully get this thing finished up. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Hope y'all enjoy your dinner too. And remember, everything you've got to be thankful for also. All right, folks, we had a pretty cold night last night, so I waited a little while this morning to let things warm up. And anyway, frost has melted. It's got reasonable temperatures where I can work with my hands. And today, I think we're probably going to rip a whole lot of little pieces of duct tape fixing the lights to the other various stuff. So goal is try and get this thing finished up today. That way it can be lit up on this Friday night, first weekend of the Christmas holiday season, and hopefully get a little bit more traffic out here on Mason Grove Road. All right, we're getting a little closer. Definitely not done yet. Probably got another about a half a day's worth of work. But it's starting to get pretty chilly out here. Kelly's having to leave, go to her second job, and I'm getting a little hungry. So also wanted to show Paige here. She won't be around for the big reveal. She's got to leave tomorrow to head back to Chattanooga, but she was down here visiting for the holidays and giving us a hand out here on the display. So sorry we won't be able to really increase your Christmas cheer since you won't see the final product in person, but
it's okay.
I appreciate you coming out and giving us a hand.
Yes, it's going to look very good.
A little piece of history is almost brought back to life. Be back out here tomorrow. All right, folks, we got a beautiful start to this Saturday, and my goal is to get this thing completely finished up today. We really don't have all that much more left. We got to get this trailer and the cotton bale decorated. We got a few more windows to wrap, this railing to do, and that's all of our initial plan. If I got time, I'd love to go around our office building, around the roof lines and stuff, and I think Kelly's got like a blow-up tractor I'd love to put on the scale there, but don't know if we'll have time for that. I think we got like a pretty small weather window today, even though it's nice and sunny and relatively warm right now. That massive snowstorm up in the Midwest, well, the tail end of it is supposed to hit us. Not snow, it's just going to be rain, but I think that's supposed to come in here in a few hours. So I sure would love to get this thing finished up and ready for the public start viewing tonight. But one thing we will have to do, I went and came out here last night when it was dark and looked at what we done, and we're going to do a little bit of rearranging here on our tractor. We tried to put up like two different brands of lights for the wheels and the tires. They're both kind of either clear or that warm white, and you really can't differentiate to the two. So I need to change out this strand of lights for the wheels with probably going to do like some cool white lights for the wheels, so you can differentiate between the tires and the wheels. And then Kelly mistakenly put a strand of cool white lights here on the fenders rather than warm white lights like what we've got up here. So basically I'm going to swap this strand for the ones on the wheels, but a lot more duct taping to do, and I hate doing those wheels. They're an absolutely pain in the butt. But anyway, that's where we stand. I'm trying to get this wrapped up as quick as we can. All right, folks, we finally got it all done. It took another day longer than we were planning. It took us, we worked on it 4 solid days. Well, 2 of those days were half days, but anyway, it is freezing out here. It's been raining all day, so we're going to try and make this a pretty quick reveal, but I think y'all are going to be impressed with the final results. We've done a drum roll for the past 3 times or 4 times in spirit of Christmas vacation, so we're just going to do a simple countdown this year. All right, let's do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, go.
so good at night, so much better than in the daylight and dusk when we saw it. Oh, that cotton trailer just is absolutely popping. So let me walk you around, kind of explain what's going on. I've already given you the history and the daylight and whatever, but anyway, here's our 1956 model, I believe it's 1956 model Ford 861 Power Master, and Kelly stole a sitting mannequin from the zombie trail that they had out there and dressed her up in a Santa suit because all the mannequins were women, and added a pregnant belly to her.
Let's also not discord that this mannequin here. All right, so 1956 tractor. This cotton gin's been working since 1882. So Santa here only has one leg because Santa was in the war. And he came back and he's working the tractor because all you really need to work is that shin splinter, you know, the shin kicker right there. He doesn't need the other leg. Who needs brakes?
Yeah, so we got a Captain Dan. We got our very own Captain Dan here.
No, Matt, it's not Captain Dan.
Yeah, Captain Dan had both legs missing on Forrest Gump, didn't he?
It's Lieutenant Dan.
Oh, Lieutenant, my bad.
It's Lieutenant Dan, and yes, he did. But if you remember in Forrest Gump, Lieutenant Dan was wearing a Santa outfit at Christmas time when Forrest visited him. So Lieutenant Dan is making a appearance on our farm here because, you know, he was in the war.
We need to watch Forrest Gump again. I hadn't seen it in a while. It can be our first Christmas movie to watch. Well, it can be our second right after watching Die Hard.
Yeah, no. So Santa here got a little gangsta lean because, well, he's working with one leg. So I did the best I could, and yeah, I think he looks good. Makes a nice touch to it.
Anyway, Kelly's got a nice flashing bow on the front of the tractor here. And we got the tan with some clear lights, and of course we got the red here.
Lieutenant Dan.
Got the one-legged Santa. You can see right here where I had to swap the clear lights out for white ones, and I think that was definitely worth the time taking to do that. And then getting back here to our cotton trailer. Now these are not the sideboards that this cotton trailer actually used when it was being used to bring cotton to our gin, but that's what they still got. And then we got the two totes in the back with a black blanket over it, white lights simulating cotton. And then here's something I decided to add on right here. This is simulating the actual suction pipe that was used to suck the cotton up into the gin. So we got motion lights on that to simulate cotton being sucked up.
Plus, hey, don't look. And then I added our snow light that we put on our house to make it look like cotton is actually flowing through right there. Yes, look at me.
Yeah, look at the windows right there. Kind of dirty, but I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it looks like kind of like cotton falling down in the gin stand.
Absolutely, because it's all about design and creativity, which I have, thank you.
And atmosphere.
Absolutely.
And then moving on along here to Kelly's other creative thought. Here is our finished cotton bale. Like I said earlier, right now in present, cotton bales are wrapped in clear plastic, but back in when this cotton gin was running, it was wrapped in kind of like a yellow plastic burlap type that covered the edges and top and side, and then you can see the white cotton center here in the middle, and that's what we tried to simulate. We did the best with what we got to work with, and then got this old wooden trailer. It wouldn't, well, I guess it was probably used around the gin some, but just a chore trailer. And then Kelly found this blow up
Blue tractor.
a newer Ford tractor because Ford switched to blue, I don't know, I guess in the 60s or so. We got Santa here with both legs on it.
You know where I got this amazing piece of equipment?
Where did you get this amazing piece of equipment?
Temu.
Oh my gosh.
Of all places, Temu. The only people that had it was Temu, and it showed up and it was really cheap. Normally these things are like 200 bucks, paid $30.
Well, to the 9-year-old Chinese kid that sewed this together, I appreciate your efforts.
Maybe Taiwan, you don't know. Sacrifices were made.
But this isn't all. We actually took the time to dress up the office like I was wanting to. It doesn't look near as impressive as the gin, but we got the window there right in front of the scale. Got it outlined, and then white lights around the eave. I'm guessing this is another Temu item that Kelly picked up.
Absolutely.
Looks like a 1950-something truck carrying a Christmas tree. I'd rather be carrying a bale of cotton, but they don't make those.
Pretty sweet, right? Can't go wrong. I was very impressed.
And then I was going to put a spotlight up here, but I found out there's really no need to. It's not going to show up very good on camera. But right up in there, we've got the original Griggs Gin Company sign that I've had repainted in the past. And no, y'all probably can't see it on camera, but I can see it real well.
Ah, the drone picked it up pretty good. And don't forget, I was going to outline this, but we didn't have enough lights. But our middle child, Nate, he made this in high school. And
made it on a CNC laser cutting machine, I believe.
I was gonna
or water jet one.
Yeah, I was gonna put lights around it or back behind it, but
a backlight is really what that needs. But he's got a cotton bowl up here, ear of corn, a head of wheat, and then it says Griggs Farms LLC, a Tennessee Century Farm down there on the bottom.
Proud of it. Wanted to do lights behind that, but I just couldn't find anything without batteries. So, but no, I think it looks good. Looks good. I wanted simple, but you know, Matt Graves got to take it to a Tim the Toolman Taylor.
We either go big or go home out here. Well, I tell you what, I'm about to go home because even I'm cold, and that's saying something. But anyway, guys, I really hope that this helps enhance your Christmas spirit. And just like I say every year, you know, we get caught up in the trees, the lights, the presents, and all that other stuff. But let's remember the real reason for the season. That's the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who without him being born and then dying on the cross, we will not be able to enter the gates of heaven. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all have a great holiday season. I know we plan on having a great holiday season, and even though it's been probably the toughest year of my career, we still have a whole lot to be thankful for, and hope that this video and this display able to bring you a little bit of joy. And if you're within the driving area of West Tennessee, if you want to actually come see this yourself, our address is 1511 Mason Grove Road, Humboldt. Y'all are welcome to pull in here to the parking lot, but I ask that you don't approach the display. I did wire all this up myself, and with my wiring skills, if you get too close to the display, the results could be electrifying for you. But we'll have this display on every night, starting about 5 o'clock through probably around the first of the year, when we get the fun job of taking it all down, and I get to climb up there on the roof for the last time in my life. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you in the next one.